Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. We're just gonna keep it chill because it is Mother's Day weekend, my first Mother's Day with a baby. Last Mother's Day I was pregnant and I did get a few really sweet things. But this is the big party now. I am officially a mother. I have been through it for almost a year. So I'm just excited to spend the weekend with my little family. It is currently Mother's Day when you're seeing this, so if you haven't called your mom yet, call her. But I also want to recognize that there might be some hurt surrounding this day, so we're not going to talk about it a ton more, but you can skip if you don't want to see this, or if it might feel sensitive for you. I totally understand. Days like this can be kind of hard, and I understand that. Okay, here we go. So for my mom and mother-in-law, I got them these like pop-up paper bouquets. This is one that I got myself to test out for my channel. Also, sorry if you can hear my dishwasher. We're not going to be in here for very long, but there's a snake plant, a little monstera, and a prayer plant. And for my mom and mother-in-law, I got my mom this sunflower one because my mom really loves sunflowers, and then for my mother-in-law, this lilies one because she really likes lilies. So I found those and I was just like, whoa, this is such a cool idea. It is by, what's the company? Fresh Cut. And they sent it in this big envelope, and you can actually just put postage on these. So like if you order a bunch of them just to like have, you just put the forever stamps right here. You could literally just put it in your mailbox with the flag up and then they'll take it, which is amazing. And then I also am gonna throw in some of these Body Restore tablet things for the shower. I just think that's a nice, cute little thing to send them. So anyway, I need to go to the USPS to get these off in the mail, but I also need to stop at the bakery before I do that. It is Teacher Appreciation Week as well, and having been an educator, I know that this time of year is really hard, so I wanted to get a little something for Nora's teachers. I wanted to get them something that would feel useful and fun and like something that I would want to get, because they're about my age. I think maybe a little younger than me, maybe, I don't really know. We all seem like we're the same age. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the bakery and get them 2 loaves of sourdough. And I think that would be fun. Like, who doesn't love sourdough bread? But yeah, and of course, some cards. And I put some seeds in here because I have a lot of seed packets because I buy them and forget that I already had some. So I had some extras and figured, you know, maybe they could use some flowers in their yard or in a pot or whatever else. I got the loaves, but they're totally not cute. I was like, I was thinking that it'd be cute to like wrap them in like a cloth or something. So, but then I would have to go buy them new because I don't have one that I can just give away. And then I wouldn't be able to wash it. So then I'd be putting like this beautiful bread. Oh, but I could have it wrapped in the bag and then wrap it in the towel. You know what? There's this really cute boutique down here. I'm gonna see if they're open, hold on. So the boutique doesn't open for another 40 minutes and I am not trying to just like wait around. So I might just pop into Target and get something from there, like a tea towel that I can wrap these in, but keep them wrapped in the paper so that the bread isn't touching the unwashed tea towel. Okay, I just got out of Michael's. I decided to go there and see if they had any tea towels, which I really thought that they would, but I needed to get some more cross-stitch fabric because that's my new thing. So I did find some fat quarters. We're gonna start with watermelons. There's 1 loaf. The other loaf is going to have these cute rainbows. 2 loaves of sourdough, all wrapped up in their cute fabric. I hope that they like it and feel appreciated. Shout out to all the teachers out there. If there are any of you who follow me, you guys are incredible. I'm back from the pottery studio. I just finished pumping and I wanted to show you guys, I got these silicone breast milk holders because I was telling you that every Thursday I freeze my milk, but I ran out of bags, and those were the bags that I just got sent for free. I don't know, I was going to buy, you know, just more of the exact same bags that I already used. I couldn't figure out how to get it through my insurance again, and I was just like, okay, I can't handle this. So I bought these bags instead, and although we only have like a month left of doing this, I can probably save them for the next child that we have. And believe me, it's gonna be a little while. So maybe I won't save them, maybe I'll give them to somebody else in need. But yeah, I figured it would be a fun thing to try. So I actually forgot that it was Thursday and I already like bottled up some milk. So I'm just gonna transfer it to this because I just washed it and we're gonna see what I think. I really like the concept of it being reusable, and I think that I trust that it's not going to leak, but it still makes me nervous. I think that if you were having like a lot of milk in your freezer, I don't know how good this would be because usually you want them to be like as compact as possible to put a lot of milk in, but we've got just under 4 ounces for this one, so I'm just going to pour a little bit more for my reserves. My reserve, which is barely 1 ounce. Sometimes I get nervous because my morning pump will be so small, but my second pump, like the afternoon pump, usually is a little bit extra, and it always ends up evening out. Like I have nothing to worry about, but I get anxious every single time. I feel like this is gonna be harder to get all the air out, but I think getting all the air out is really only super important if you're storing a lot of milk, because again, you want them to be taking up as little space as possible. It has like a little locking mechanism on the silicone, and then it has this little slider. No spills. I was just sitting out in a blanket with Nora and my butt was all wet because the ground is moist, as it is after many rainstorms. Finally decided that I just am gonna put a stop to this and we are going to make the ultimate picnic blanket. So I have this fabric that is just from my stash. I'm thinking for the binding of doing this blue smaller gingham. I'm basically going to be making a quilt with no batting, or I might do a little bit of batting. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, but I do know that I'm going to make this waterproof. I'm probably going to go thrifting later to see if I can find a waterproof tablecloth. If I can't find one, then I'm just going to look at the fabric store to see about like their vinyl tablecloths, because basically instead of batting or wadding, I'm going to put the vinyl tablecloth, the waterproof tablecloth, in between to just create a waterproof barrier so that my butt and Nora's butt doesn't get wet as we are sitting out enjoying. It's just such a beautiful day today and we were sitting out there and it was kind of ruined because we were all wet from sitting on our blanket. I'm going to be doing pretty big squares for this. They're going to be 12-inch squares, and I have a little ruler that is 12 inches, so I'm just going to cut them all out with that. The reason I'm doing big blocks is because I just don't want this to take a super long time, and you're already making like an entire quilt and that's very time consuming. So I'm just going to try to cut out as many extra steps as I can and just do bigger squares to piece together.
New stuff, but right now I'm just gonna listen to a few. It tickles my brain.
We are in some seriously dappled light, so the lighting might go in and out, but I'm repotting, or I guess replanting, my little hanging planters that I have over by my front door. And this year I got these begonias because I really want color over here, but it's so hard to have color in the shade. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of shade plants are like green and white. Not a ton of color. No, not in your mouth. You guys, when does the trying to put everything in your mouth phase end? Because I swear this child, every second she gets, she is trying to shove something in her mouth. I'm glad that she's curious and wanting to explore, but oh my gosh. Okay, is this slightly too big? Possibly. That's okay. Hey, no, not in your mouth, not in your mouth. It makes me like want to never let her outside because she's literally just going to eat dirt. I suppose it's inevitable, but oh my gosh. Hey, not in your mouth. Not in your mouth. Look, this is a pretty flower. Oh, look at this paper, that's safe. I got a new shovel thing that holds more soil. I guess, what is this? Would this be a trowel? Yes, it's a trowel. And I am really excited about it because I usually use just a nursery pot to dig out soil, but honestly, having the tool is really nice. This plant has been laying like this, just sitting there for a while, so now the stems are all bent. Hopefully they will go back. Hey, not in your mouth, not in your mouth. Look at this. That's safe. Play with that. So I've got 3 different types of tomato. I like to get a big tomato, like a big boy or like a beefsteak tomato, a Roma, and a cherry. So we got these 3. 2 peppers and basil. That is the garden this year so far. I have some things that I'm going to direct sow, like my cantaloupe and cucumbers and all that kind of stuff. But as far as the starts and like things that I like to pre-start, I didn't do any of that this year. I didn't do any seed starting. I also have 3 different types of marigolds. I have just the gold kind, like, you know, the most classic marigold. And then I have this one, which has like more of a distinct petal and inner orange section. And then this one, which is more of the yellow puffy, but it's dark orange. And I think I said this in another video, but I am wanting to just make the garden a number of different things this year. I'm gonna be hopefully planting a lot of flowers and stuff like that, like marigolds and snapdragons and just stuff like that. I'm just going to chaos garden some seeds and see what happens, because it is just so dry in the summer, like in deep summer, and unless I can come out here and water like really often, a lot of my garden looks pretty bad like mid to late summer. So I'm just trying to take the pressure off and plant things that will do well without me having to tend to them a ton, and really limit the amount of like actual vegetables and crops, because I just can't keep up with it right now. I mean, I have just so much space and it feels kind of like a shame, but right now, while my daughter is so young and like we have so many other things going on, it just makes it hard. So anyway, let's get planting. Room. As you can see, I switched out her changing table for this dresser. I'm putting away some clothes because there are some things that Nora has grown out of and like are no longer seasonally appropriate. What I've been doing is basically keeping everything because we don't know what the next kid will be. If the next kid is a girl, we are set. Trying to get to the camera. As you can see, what you're resting on keeps moving. I already have one bin about this size. I think it is the exact same size of all of her newborn to, I think, like 6-month clothes. And so now I have to start up another bin for her 6 to 9 month stuff, because she is pretty much wearing 9 to 12 months at this point. I put most of them, the clothes that she's grown out of, in this bin here. And honestly, I don't know if she truly has grown out of some of these things. Like this, I think she probably could still wear technically, but it's too warm for right now. Like this is definitely a winter outfit. So we're gonna put it away. Okay, that filled up probably about half. Honestly, as these clothes get bigger, we might not be able to keep everything, and I might actually go through her younger age stuff and just see if there's anything that is stained or just not something that I feel super attached to use for the next kid, and get rid of them. But we'll see. Yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff that I really need to give away, like her swing. We're probably gonna keep the bouncer just because it is really compact. I'm so tired today. You know that? So this is basically the room transformation for a toddler. It doesn't look all that different, but we now have the dresser here instead of the changing table. Atop the dresser, we have some really cute art that my friends have sent. This is from my friend Stephanie. It is just the most beautiful and intricate embroidery piece. Like this is so beautiful. And then my friend Bree painted this for Nora. Just, it's a card, but Nora really loves looking at it. Like when she was little, we would change her diaper and she would just stare at this, but it's so cute. Right here I have the books that have paper pages that I'm gonna save for when she's a little bit older, but they're just so cute. Oh my goodness. This is the latest book we got from the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. I still have it in its plastic because all the ones we've gotten so far have been paperback and not board books, and I'm just nervous to let her have these. Because she's very grabby and I really don't want her to rip the pages, but I'm sure we'll eventually open that up. I didn't know what to do with this little shelf that I took out of the plant room, so I just put it right here for now, and I put the board books right there. There's some soft books up top. This is a temporary thing while I figure out a little book sling right here. This swing will be gone, and I could put the lamp somewhere else. I just put it there because it's easy. I could maybe put it like right here or something, but yeah, I'm thinking right here I want to do like a little book hammock swing. Up here I put some more board books, basically just the bigger board books that wouldn't fit down there on the bottom shelf, and some little fake plants. And then I literally just put all of these toys into these two little bins. It's just a bunch of soft toys. This is from like a Peter Rabbit collection that my sister's friend actually got us. They're super cute. There's like all the characters. I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, actually I just remembered. There's one under here. No, actually I think I grabbed it. No, I grabbed it. Okay. But I did find our lotion. We are still using the mini crib configuration of this yuzu crib. It's honestly been great. Like, I've been putting off buying a crib mattress. This is just what's working right now. Good evening, everybody. I just finished editing the clips that you just saw, and I don't think my mic was fully plugged in, so the audio just sounded so terrible, so sorry about that. I'm laying in bed, and I can barely breathe because my nose is so clogged and my lungs are clogged. I'm still dealing with the bronchitis stuff. I have had some improvement where like I feel like I'm not totally unable to breathe. But it's just been hard. Like, this is such an annoying thing to deal with because life must move and keep going. But I was looking at my bedside table last night, just like cracking up at what I have on it. Let me show you. Here she is. I mean, truly, what a vision. I've got my water cup, moisturizer, my inhaler, which I rely on heavily in the nighttime, my medication, a snot sucker. You guys, the Frida snot sucker is so incredible. We were using the like tube one that you suck up with your mouth, and it grossed my husband out so bad. Like, he just did not want to use it, and it didn't gross me out, so I was usually the one to do it. But he found out that this exists, and he's like, why were we using the other one? And I was like, this one is like $40. But honestly, after having it for a couple weeks, it's totally worth it. It just happened, like, it just gets things out a lot faster. And for some reason, there's a light on it. I honestly don't know why. Like, I guess if you're using it at night, or maybe it like distracts the baby. I don't know, but anyway, this is great. I realized that there's a few things in the vlog that I didn't come back to, like the quilt. So after I set all of the squares out, I didn't like the way that it looked. Like, it just was too dark. And so I am going to have to find another fabric that I'll probably use for the backing fabric as well, to be like an in-between. So it'll be like kind of like a cross-check situation, like kind of like gingham but not. And I need to also like learn how to do that. Like, I have a vision in my head of like how I could sew that together, but I need to like see what would be the most efficient way to do it, because obviously somebody has made that quilt before. So I'm probably just gonna do some perusing on Pinterest. But when I was on Pinterest earlier, I saw the most beautiful bow quilt. I have to show it to you. I really want to make this quilt. But what I actually like doing more than anything is just making a quilt block and then like turning it into something. So like I might turn it into like a vest, or like use it in a dress or something like that. That's what it looks like as just the block. And then I found the pattern on Etsy, which is that. It looks really simple. It's like $4. This is what it looks like made into a quilt. And I just think it's so cute because you could use just like scrap fabric. It looks like they're using like Liberty florals and stuff like that. But yeah, you could just use scraps because those squares are so tiny. It would be a great scrap buster. But anyway, so yeah, I will be coming back to the quilt. I just need to get some like lighter color fabric to offset the dark colors. Okay, my camera just died. So I think that's my sign that I need to go. But I just wanted to say goodnight. Hope that you have a wonderful day and wonderful Mother's Day, or whatever you're doing today. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.